recently I had my Kubota lawnmower blow up. It was like an $11,000 a mower back in 2009-ish. It finally gave up, just blew up. I've been having to find another mower. And let me tell you, this market is pretty nasty with mowers. I can't believe the prices on stuff. The mower that I had, it's now like a $20,000 mower. I wasn't fixing to do that. So I've been looking online trying to find a used mower because I got like 15 acres I got to mow. And as you can see, I have not been mowing for a while. So I got to get out there and get to mowing. So this is a Tiger Scag, and it has a 29 horsepower Kawasaki gas engine, but it's liquid cooled. And that's one of the keys. If you want to get a decent mower that you're going to do a lot in the hot weather like I have, you're going to need something that's going to be able to hold up to those climates. It's got to be liquid cooled. See this big bagger on here? It comes with that attachment. That attachment costs $3,000 new. It also comes with all these weights that go on the front. The reason I like that is because a lot of times when people sell stuff, they don't calculate the extra stuff, extra attachments into the price. Well, I can take that attachment off and I can sell it. So I've got about $4,000 in this mower. It's sad to say, but really, you should see the stuff that's selling. It's crazy. It does have a problem though. This left wheel, it don't turn, man. It goes backwards for a little while, then all of a sudden, it don't want to do anything. So I've got to take this thing apart. It looks like it's a pretty simple system. This looks like it's a pump that goes to the wheel. So it's either the pump or the wheel. When I do get this bag off, I'll show you exactly what it's doing with this wheel. Looks like it slides right in here. Let's see, I need a pry bar. That's what I need. There we go. Come on, man. Just, oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Progress. Now pop the weights off the front. These weights, I guess what they do is they help. Once that bag's full of grass, if you don't have the weights, you'll be popping wheelies. Yeah, dumbbells. Here's the back of this mower. Let's see what's back here. Okay, so it's got a belt system. I guess runs the motors. So I guess starting with easy things first, we're gonna make sure that this motor down here, or this pump, this is the pump. This pump is spinning correctly when it starts up. I'm already dirty. So as you can see, that other side is having trouble going forward. It seems to go backwards okay. I could spin around in circles, but I can't go forward much at all. I'm gonna spin this wheel and see what it's like. This is the good one. Nice and smooth. Okay, now let's check the other one. It's real spongy already. Oh. I'm thinking it's the motor. But that's also coming from someone who has no idea what he's doing with mowers. So I did some more testing, some more experiments to see if I can isolate whether it's the pump or the wheel motor. So each wheel has its own pump and its own wheel motor. The previous owner thinks it's the wheel motor that's got the problem, and he has a lot more experience with mowers, so he might be right. But what I did is, what happens is with the pump, it sends fluid in one line to go forward, and then it sends it in a different line to go in reverse. Pretty simple. What I did is I switched the lines around. So now when you press forward on the joystick, it actually goes in reverse, and when you pull back, it actually goes forward. And what happened is, now when the wheel's going forward with the line switched around, it's not making that noise anymore. It's only making it when it goes in reverse. So I want to take this pump apart. I'm going to take the pump off, clean it up, and go ahead and see if I can find a problem in this stinking pump. Okay, so we got it cleaned up. And basically how this thing works, I think this is from my understanding. The fluid pumps out of these two lines right here. And depending on which way this shaft down here, or a trunnion or something like that is down here, tilts. And when it tilts forward like this, it shoots one way. When it tilts backwards, it shoots another way. So we're just going to start taking this apart. What fell out of there is spring. Just going to look to see if anything is going on here that's wrong. This seems like it's spinning fine. There's a little ball in there. Oop, I got it. Okay. And I think this probably just pops off. These pumps right here, they cost about, I've seen them for sale for about 700 bucks. I'd like to see if I can fix it. See what we're dealing with in here. This just popped right out. Doesn't look damaged. These all look like they're nice and bouncy. Let's see. All those bearings look good. This is what looks the most damaged, is these, see that? That's got some real wear in it. And so these bearings ride on that. And it looks like that should be really smooth, and it's pretty busted up. I'm glad I took the pump apart. I still don't know if this is going to fix it or not. But I found this valve plate. Let's take a look at it. You can see all the gashes. Now this is supposed to be smooth. You're not even supposed to be able to rub your fingernail on that. And you can see there's a lot of gouges. I was able to find a replacement part for one of these. Ordered it. It's on the way. There's a thrust bearing, and the bottom, you can see, is no longer smooth. Look at all the gouges on it. It's pretty bad. So I ordered a new one of those. And then I ordered the seals and everything. But we're going to be waiting on some parts for that. Everything else looked like it was okay. So I'm hoping that I can put this together. It's $130 for everything. I hope I can put it together. It'll be okay. While I'm waiting on parts, I'm going to fix some other stuff on this lawnmower. While looking at this a little more closely, I saw that this was repaired at some point, this wheel. And you can see the big welds they put over here. It looks like some kind of damage happened and it bent it or it broke it, and so they fixed it. But they fixed it in a way that it curves upward a little bit compared to the other one that's going straight. And so what's happening is you're getting a lot of weight on that tire. You can see this tire doesn't even really touch the ground as much compared to that tire. So what we need to do is take this off, grind this down, probably make it, cut it again, and see if we can straighten this out so that we're not getting all the weight on that tire. We'll just take this off. just like that. There's a better view of it. Let's see if I can hold it straight and see that it really has a upward bend to it. Okay, first and foremost, we're going to need to grind all this down. Now you can see we got it all grinded down. And if you put this flat piece of metal here on top, you can really see a gap. It's a pretty large gap where it curves up. This curves up a lot on the front, which is causing us our problems. So I'm going to cut this whole thing off and then flatten it out, put it back together, and then I'll probably put some kind of support on the top and weld that on there. That should add some additional support. And then if I have some space, I'm going to try to add something on the sides as well. So hopefully we don't have an issue like this again. So as you can see, we've got this thing welded up and we've got it back together. I smoothed everything out, grinded everything down, and now I'm going to weld this plate on top of it. And I think this plate will give that the additional support so that we don't have to worry about that happening anymore. I'm not going to put anything on the side because I would really need something to go kind of past where these bolts are. And I just don't think it's necessary at this point. Okay, we got it all welded up. Now we'll let it cool off. We'll get it prepped for some paint and put it back together. So I got everything installed, got it all painted up. Looks pretty good. Got that side painted as well. And it is a little brighter orange. It's $6.99 a can. And I figure this is pretty faded from the sun, so it wouldn't match anyway. The main part is now we've got this thing on there, so it's straight. The weight's on the wheel. We're good to go. Finally had all the parts come in. This thing took a lot longer than I thought it would because of the weather. Anyways, see, it's brand new. So that's good to go. And then we also got the new bearings. Beautiful. Nice and smooth now. Both sides. So we're gonna put this thing back together. We've got the seal kit. We'll put that in and we'll be able to see if this thing's going to be up and running. I'm going to toss some oil inside of here. Make sure it has a smooth surface. We'll put these bearings on. I just put a hole in the top of this oil. It makes it easy to pour in without overdoing it. And we'll put this on top of here. That looks real good. Now we've got this. Now, lube this up and it'll help keep it in there. Valve plate goes brass side down and it calls for some oil. And then this should go on there. The manual says to make sure that this is springy. So when you push down, is it bouncing back? That's good. It calls for a torque of about 21 to 25 foot-pounds. Here's our little gear. We're going to put that on here now. Oil it up a little. Fits on there just like that. I bought a new ball and a new spring just to be safe. I'm going to put a little petroleum jelly on there. Try to help it stay in place. Stay right there, little buddy. Okay, so you're supposed to mark where you put this off, where you took this off. I did mark this side. This side, I think I cleaned it all off. Retorque it. And just requires 18 foot-pounds. How exciting! We're almost there, ready to test this thing out. Everything looks like it's working great. Up, down, perfect. So let's get this on this machine and see how we did. Okay, so unfortunately that did not fix the problem. It's still doing the same thing. So I'm glad we took the pump apart because we saw some problems and we got them fixed. Long term, good. But the motor was still doing the same thing. So I ordered a new motor and that is on the way, but I wanted to take this one apart to see what was going on. One of the things I found is a broken O-ring, but the worst part was this right here. You can see this does not move. It is stuck, really stuck. I can't press it out. Oh, okay, I guess I can't press it out. But, oh, it's very, very hard. This should be moving around freely. Got a new one on the way, and I think then we'll have this mower fixed up. All right, well, we're back in business. It took some time because of the weather delays, but finally it is here. Everything has been a weather delay with this. It's a hardy piece of metal, so hopefully nothing happens. All right, I think it's ready to install. That slides on there just like that. I'm just going to put a little anti-seize on here. I like anti-seize. It makes it better when you find out you have to take it apart again. This right here is the brake. Just has a little pin, goes right in. So we've got everything back together the way it should be. Now I'm just going to put the lines back on and fire it up and see what we have. Well, she's all back together now and she's running good. But an update on it, I ended up having to replace this pump because, so I bought a whole brand new pump. And that's because when I first put the pump back on with the wheel motor that was locked up and destroyed, I ended up just blowing up that pump. So I just bought a new pump. It cost $700. I've already tested it a little bit with some of that little grass on the gravel there, and it seemed like it's going to do okay. We're going to take it out in the field and we're going to see, make sure this thing actually going to work to cut on my acreage. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with how everything worked out because I sold the bagger for $500. I thought that was incredible. I was so happy to sell it. And then you know, I just had to put a pump and a motor in, and so I know that's going to be good for a long time. And it cuts as good. I think it probably cuts a little bit better than the Kubota I had. I bet the Kubota's going to come ahead in the type of, I guess, fuel mileage or grass mileage. It just isn't going to consume as much fuel as a gas engine. But I tell you this also, that working on this Scag is so much easier than working on the Kubota. It's so much more friendly. It's so easy to get to everything, and everything just, you know, in and out. You're just very quick about everything. So I'm happy so far. I can't wait to use it all summer long, see how it goes. That's it for now. I'll see you on the next one.